Alright, what's up gang? Today we're going to be talking about the new Fortnite season, because a few weeks ago I made a video talking about why, I think Fortnite was the best game that has ever come out in its peak, but how I really don't think the game's ever going to come back and there's never going to be a game like it again. But they made a huge change, and that's that, they brought back all the OG stuff. They brought back the OG map, like when the game came out in Season 5, the Season 5 map is back. They have like all the old guns, all this old stuff, and the game feels fresh again. And so I want to talk about why, while this is an amazing change for Fortnite, and I am seriously enjoying this season, it's not the best thing ever. Now, I know what you guys are probably thinking, oh, well, you're just always gonna complain, you're always gonna be a hater or whatever, and I mean, yeah, I can understand that I am kind of being a hater. Epic did the, craziest thing ever, brought back the old shit, and I'm still kind of hating, which, I mean, understandable. But the reason I am is more just because of, Epic's reputation. I know that this shit isn't gonna last, and I know that there is negatives and things that Epic can change, and the reason I'm complaining is because back in the old days of Fortnite, if people were to complain about stuff or people wanted stuff fixed, and they would go out of their way and they would fix the game. They would do stuff like that. And I'm hoping that with this new season coming out where they actually listened more than they ever have, that they're starting to try to come back to that. So maybe this video can bring back some of the negatives, but this season is still a great season, so I'm going to start by talking about the positives. Now, obviously the first positive is they brought back the old map. I can't even tell you how annoying the game was getting. So basically, since I'd say chapter 3 to now, I would hop on, play a round or two of the new season and get off. And then even for the past 2 or 3 seasons, I haven't even done that just because I haven't even cared enough to do that. And it's really just because the game felt so similar. I couldn't even tell a difference between the past 4 different seasons. The map was so ugly, I can't even describe it. The game literally looked like the visual representation of swamp ass is the best, genuinely, the best way I can describe it. It was so stale, the map sucked, there was nothing interesting, but they brought back the old map, and obviously, I mean, in my opinion, I think the old map is genuinely top 3 best designed maps in all of gaming, and I'm not saying that to exaggerate, I truly do mean that. The Season 5 Fortnite map is an absolute masterpiece, and playing on it again, it feels great. It's a great map, and I love it. I really can't say enough good about that. They didn't even cheap out. I was expecting that with the new, trailer, that they were gonna say that it was going back to OG, and they were gonna bring back a few POIs, or a few different guns, or an OG battle pass, but no, they seriously did it. I mean, they brought back the old map. It's great. I can't complain about that. The next thing I want to talk about is the game feels alive. For the first time in what feels like 2 or 3 years at this point, the game truly feels alive. There's a player base, people are liking the game feels like it's trying to be, good. It's trying to make people like it, because like I said, back in the other few seasons, it just felt like they were just doing whatever, just throwing shit at the wall until it sticks, and nothing had stuck for the past 2 years. But it feels like people are enjoying this, that there's an actual community. It feels good. It feels like it's in another peak that Fortnite hasn't seen in a very long time, which is true, because just a few days ago, Fortnite literally hit its all-time peak players ever, that it's ever had in the entirety of the game's lifespan. It hit his #1 peak players of over 6 million, which is insane. I mean, just think about 6 million. There's probably never been 6 million people to watch the same TV show at one time, or 6 million people to ever play the same game at the same time, or 6 million people to ever watch the same live stream, or the same YouTuber. Seriously, that's gotta be one of the all-time peaks of entertainment. That's probably close to the fucking Super Bowl, dude. That 6 million people playing the same game is insane, and even the fact that their servers can run that is insane too, but that's just a whole nother positive of this. But yeah, I mean, the game feels alive, it feels great. And the next thing I want to talk about that's positive is the balance. The game feels pretty balanced. It doesn't feel like there's anything that's overpowered. It doesn't feel like I'm getting killed unfairly whenever I'm playing the game, and it feels like I'm getting in lobbies with people who are of my skill level, people who actually play the game and are around the same skill level as me. It doesn't feel like I'm getting teamed with somebody who got a fucking iPad and planted into his mom's uterus in the womb so that way he could be cranking 90s before he came out. The game feels pretty good. It feels like I'm getting in fair fights that are actually challenging sometimes, and that brings us to the negatives. Now, the first and biggest negative of the game that I have, and I don't even know how this is a thing, but while Fortnite, again, reached its peak players of all time, it feels like, for the love of God, I get in so many bot lobbies. The first time I played the game on Saturday, a few days ago, with my friend, we played about 6 or 7 duos games games, and of that, not a single time did we end up fighting one real person, which led us to win every game so easily, and it started to literally get boring. We were playing OG Fortnite for the first time in 5 years, and we were bored because there was so many bots. I don't understand why. The game is at its all-time peak players, and it feels like 90% of them are bots, at least the people I was running into. What I did notice though was I played solos before I played with him, and I wasn't running into any bots, so I don't know what that's about. I played the game today with another one of my friends. We played duos, and still, it seemed like half the people were bots and half the people were of my skill level, and so it made me underestimate fights and overestimate fights, and it felt really inconsistent, and I don't why there doesn't need to be bots at this point. There's so many people playing the game. I don't know why there is bots, and it's honestly, it makes the game either incredibly boring or feel incredibly unpredictable, because if it's, you know, if you're getting in a bot lobby, it's like the easiest thing ever. You sit there, you kill everybody with like no question, and that's the game. Like you just win, and it feels like there's no like problem, there's no difficulty to the game. And then you get paired with fucking Troglodyte McGee, who, you know, plays the game forever, and he just fucking shits on you because you were expecting him to be a bot. Now the next negative I have, and this is the hardest one for me to say because it's really nothing there's nothing Fortnite can really do about it, but the map is too big. Hear me out. I know I literally just said that the map is one of the best maps in all of gaming history, but the difference is whenever Fortnite originally had this map, people were shit at the game. The best player, I would shit on Ninja. I feel like 90% of the players now in Fortnite could shit on Season 5 Ninja, and he was the best player in the world. And all this means is that about 5 minutes into the game, 50% of the people are dead, and the circle is still not even on the map yet. What this does is it just leads to these games feeling like, you know, you have action for about the first 5 minutes, and then that's the game until end game. That is, unless you run into one person who just fucking shits on you. It leads the game to feeling like a running simulator half the time, and it gets pretty boring. That combined with, you know, the bot problem, and it starts to feel like a drag, to be honest with you. So I'm editing this right now, and I just want you to notice how, like, at the beginning of this recording, I was going fucking crazy getting all these kills, and for like the past 2 or 3 minutes, there's literally been absolutely nobody. I just noticed that while literally editing this gameplay footage. I don't know how they could fix this. I mean, what I was thinking is, I mean, just literally go into Unity, shrink the map size by 50% and call it a day, but like even then, I don't, like, that probably, it can't be that easy, but it really does feel like that. I mean, if you hop on right now, you're probably gonna know what I'm talking about, because it seems like for about 80% of the game, you're just running around, and like the first 10 and the last 10% of the game, you're actually fighting. And the third thing is the guns. Back in Season 4, if you played the game and you got to endgame, you would be fucking stacked. I'm telling you, gold scar, like fucking, like gold heavy shotgun, grenade launcher, chug jugs, max mats, like you would be stacked, and it felt good. It felt like there was a progression from the beginning of the game where you had like grays and greens, and now you know, you're stacked and you're ready. It felt like a progression, but also everybody had that. It was perfect. Now, I feel like I'm getting into endgame with fucking bullshit loot that I've had since the beginning of the game. The good guns are way too rare now. It's so uncommon for me to get good guns, it feels like. It feels like 90% of the time in a game, I either die before I even get good guns, or I win the game with shit guns, because even just something as simple as like a purple, it feels like there's just barely any of those in the loot pool of like the chests in the game. I don't know how Fortnite programs their guns to be like dropped from chests, but it really feels like there needs to be more better guns in the loot pool, because it gets boring. It doesn't have that progression. And the last thing I have to talk about, which isn't really a negative, but it's just, guys, like, listen to this, okay? Play this, okay? If you have not played Fortnite for a while, play it right now. Play it while you can, because we know Epic, okay? They are going to fix this. This is not going to last. This season is going to be this season, and then it's gonna go back to whatever. They already have plans to change it. If you look in the trailer, there's stuff like ballers and bouncers and the snow area and shit like that that's not in the game right now, because they're gonna change it like week per week. So play the game while you can, okay? Enjoy this season. I know I just listed negatives, but of course I'm gonna complain about it, but this season is amazing, okay? I like one of the best seasons since Chapter 2. It's a great season, and while I do have some complaints with it, the game is in an amazing state right now, and it's 100% worth playing. So don't take it for granted. Play the game, enjoy it, okay? Because we know Epic, next season this is going to be gone. And like I said before, before, I'm only complaining about the game just because I know Epic can fix stuff, and it seems like they're going in a direction where they want to listen to their players. So I'm hoping that these few changes that genuinely are bogging down this season a lot, that seem like pretty easy changes to make, they'll make them, and then this could be one of the best seasons of all of Fortnite, because we're getting all these OG updates that we had, except we're getting them in this season. This could be amazing if just these few changes, like, I mean, the biggest problem with this game right now is just the bots. For the love of God, they don't have to change anything else, but if they just change the fucking bots, dude, the game will feel so much more exciting. That'll change the problem of the map feeling too big. It'll probably also change the problem of the weapon pool, of how they're shit guns, because bots don't know how to pick up good guns. If they just lower the amount of bots, which they can do because there's 6 million people playing the game, it would fix it so much. But yeah, I know I complained about the game. It's amazing. Play it. It's in a really good state. There's just a few things I think Epic could do better. And if you did like this video, you should go check out the video I uploaded a few weeks ago talking about why I think Fortnite in its peak was genuinely the best game of all time. I'm not even gonna hold back, not gonna say second best. I genuinely think Fortnite in its peak was the best game of all time. And if you want to hear more on that, you should go watch that video. But whether you do or not, I appreciate you for watching this video all the way through, so thank you.